Angie. Let's get started with Pilates. I'll get you down on your back with your knees bent and your feet on the floor, starting with our bent knee fallouts to warm up through the T-zone. Placing the palms down a neutral spine, T-zone tight. Inhale, lower one knee down. Exhale, use the T-zone to draw the knee back. Other side, inhale, lower. Exhale, draw it back. Really focusing on keeping the hips nice and still. Don't let them rock out to the side and follow the leg. Just letting the knee drop out to the side and lifting back to center, keeping the stationary knee completely still the whole time. Just your moment to really bring your focus into class. Feeling that T-zone activation. Let's take one more to each side. One more. And moving into our toe taps. Imprint the lower back, lifting your legs to tabletop position, hip distance apart. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, send one set of toes down away from the bottom. Inhale, bring it back. Other side. Exhale, tap away. Inhale, bring it back. So maintaining that imprinted spine the whole time, trying to create a hinging motion as you send those toes down away from the bottom rather than just dropping the toes straight down to the mat. Now if you're feeling okay here, we can up a level, reach through the fingers, gliding ribs to hips, just lifting the chest and the head up. You find that it brings any pain into the neck here, you can rest back down. You still feel the work through the abdominals. Trying to stay nice and still, no rocking side to side. Really curling up as high as you can, just gently pointing through your toes. One more to each side. And last one. And resting back down, and you can rest the feet down for a moment. Moving into our hundreds prep. Imprint the lower back, legs to tabletop, this time squeezing the knees together. Hands are up above the shoulders with the palms facing towards the feet. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, gliding ribs to hips, lower the hands and extend the legs. Inhale, resting back down. Exhale, curling up as high as you can, really reaching through the fingers. Inhale, resting back down. As you lift, eyes on the knees. Pointing your toes. Try and get those legs nice and straight if you can. Keeping it coming, just nice and gentle. Looking for that continuous flowing movement. Trying to keep the lower back imprinted the whole time. Just going for a few more here. Really use the breath to help you. Up to our last 3 reps. 2 more to go. Lift up as high as you can. All right, after this one, we're not going to take a rest. We'll flow straight into our beats. So the start of this exercise is the same. We extend. From here, flex the feet, turn them out. Separate the heels slightly. Feet 1, 2, 3. And inhale, press back down. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, flex and turn out. Open those feet. Feet 1, 2, 3. And inhale on the way down. Keep it coming. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, flex and turn out. We exhale as we beat those heels. And inhale, release back down. Trying to keep it nice and steady and continuous, really flowing through this movement, feeling the work through the inner thighs as we move into those beats. We're looking at 3 more here. Try and finish it off. Should be feeling a nice, good bit of warmth through the abdominals now. We are coming closer to the end of our abdominal series. We have 1 final set to go. Resting back down, and then we can release, taking a breath. Moving into our Pilates hundreds, with the option to take level 1, tabletop with the knees squeezed together, or a little bit harder, level 2 with the legs extended. So picking which position you would like to work with, hands are down beside you. T-zone tight, imprint the lower back, float those legs up to tabletop position and squeezing them together. Inhale, T-zone harder. Exhale, curling up, lifting the head, chest. And I'm going to move into the second level, starting to pulse through the arms. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, T-zone tight. Out, really reaching through your fingers. Breathing in, pointing your toes. Breathing out. If you're in this level, nice straight legs. In, keeping those arms pulsing. And out. Curling up as high as you can. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Really using your breath to help you. Keeping it coming. We're over halfway through now. Beating the arms up and down 100 times. That's our Pilates hundreds. And in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your final 2 breaths. Keep lifting up as high as you can. Shaking is perfectly fine. Last breath. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Resting down. Catch your breath for a moment. Moving into our single straight leg stretch. Imprint the lower back. Float those legs to tabletop and squeeze together. You can reach up for the knees here. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, ribs glide towards the hips, curling up as high as you can. Moving your hands to one leg and lengthening that leg, reaching the other leg away. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, 2 pulls. Pull, pull, inhale, switch. Exhale. 2 exhales there. Inhale, switch. 2 exhales. Inhale, switch. Keep it coming. Keep that breath going to help you. Curling up nice and high. If you can, reaching beyond the knee. So we don't want to see the knee bending here. Nice straight legs, pointed toes. Curling up as high as you can. This is the last exercise for the abdominals in this series. Almost there. 2 to go. Last one. And resting down. Rocking all the way up and over onto all fours. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Bring the knee that isn't going to be working directly underneath you and flex the other foot. Ready for our donkey kick. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, send the heel to the sky. Inhale, lower, don't rest. Exhale, send the leg up. Inhale, lower, don't rest. So working into our glute muscles here. The glute muscle will work quite hard in our stabilizing leg, but we should also feel it in the working leg. Trying to take a little bit of weight into our fingertips, not just pressing back into the heel of the hand. Making sure the head doesn't become heavy, keeping it up in line with the spine. And as we lift the heel, keep the T-zone switched on. So no sagging through the lower back in order to get the leg up high. We want to maintain our neutral spine, just lifting the leg as high as we can, keeping the T-zone active. Keep it coming. We're trying to keep a nice, steady, continuous pace. No racing here. And lifting the foot up, turn it into a pulse at the top. Just breathing naturally. T-zone stays switched on. Lifting the leg up as high as you can with no sagging through the lower back. Keep using your breath to help you. Should be feeling a bit of warmth in that lower leg now. 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. We move straight into hydrant on the same leg. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, knee opens out to the side. Inhale, feel the inner thighs squeeze as you close down. Exhale, open. Inhale, lower. Working that base leg quite hard now as it works to stabilize. Try and imagine you have a piece of foam between the legs and you need to squeeze it together as you close down, trying to find that resistance. Feeling the inner thighs engage, keeping the shoulders and the hips nice and square, making sure that the knee doesn't pull forward towards the shoulder. Just keep it floating out straight from the knee to the hip. Use your breath to help you. As you're getting tired, revisit the T-zone. Is it still switched on? We are almost there. Try and stick with it a little bit more. We get a rest from this side in a moment. And opening up to our hydrant, we turn it into a pulse here. Just breathing naturally. Try not to sink into that supporting hip. Keep it coming. Not much more to go. As you're getting tired, keep the head up in line with the spine. 4, 3, 2, 1, and close it down. Have a little wriggle. Reset. Bringing the knee that's not going to be working into the center, flexing the other foot. We're ready for our second side. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, donkey kick. Inhale, lower, don't rest. So all the same technique. Make sure we're not sinking into the supporting hip. Keeping a little bit of weight into the fingertips. So especially if you're feeling it in the wrists, try and press into the fingers a little bit. Keep it coming nice and smooth and gentle. We're not in this position for too much longer. Making sure as we take the leg up, we're not sagging through the lower back. Keeping our rib to hip connection, our T-zone activated. And remember, just pop a smile on your face if it's getting a little bit hard. It does always help change the energy. On the next one, lift it up, hold it there, turn it into a pulse. Nice and high with the leg, heel to the sky, T-zone switched on. No sagging into the supporting hip. A few more pulses to go. Keep it coming. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest down. We move straight into hydrant. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, float out. Inhale, squeeze with resistance. Exhale, open. Inhale. Think about resistance on the way down. Really make those inner thighs work. As you open out, the knee flows from the base knee out to the hip. Don't let it draw forwards towards the shoulder. And as we're getting tired, I'm sure you're feeling it now, try not to let the head droop down. We are very close to the end of this little series. Keep using the breath to help you. 2 more hydrants. As you're getting tired, try not to collapse into that supporting side. And lifting up, T-zone stays on, turn it into a pulse. This is the last little bit, and then you get to rest from this position. Pop a smile on your face if you need that little energy change. Not much to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze it down and rest. Have a little shake here. Changing into our side kneeling position. So placing the base hand down. I like to make a fist just to support my wrist here, but you can place the palm down. So taking the option that suits you best. 1 long line from the crown of the head down to the toes. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, take a lift. Inhale, lower. So this series should feel reasonably challenging. So we've already worked the glutes quite hard from our 4-point kneeling. Just trying to keep it nice and smooth. So if you are on the fist here and you find the balance tricky, just come back to a flat palm. It does just help with wrist issues. If you find that you get wrist pain from having the palm flat on the floor, keep it coming. Thinking about the top hip, drawing down towards the bottom hip. We're almost there. 1 more variation in this position. We lift the leg up, hold it there. Inhale, sweep the leg forward. Exhale, flex and sweep back. Point as you sweep forward. Flex on the way back. Now this should feel quite challenging. Try and keep that leg up quite high, in line with the hip if you can. Try not to alter the lower back. We're just going to go for 2 more big sweeps. Finish it off. And come back in line with the body. We can rest down. Have a little shake on our transition. Over to the other side. 1 long line from the crown of the head down to the toes. T-zone switched on. We exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Keep it coming. Thinking about the top hip, drawing down to the bottom hip. Staying nice and connected, square through the pelvis. Coming towards the end of our glute work. Try and keep smiling through it. Always changes the energy. Keep using your breath to help. And holding the leg up. Inhale, sweep that leg forward. Exhale, flex, sweep the leg back. Inhale, point, sweep forward. Exhale, flex, sweep back. Try and keep the leg up in line with the hip. We're not here for too much longer, so try and stick with it. I know it gets super challenging. We've worked the glutes quite hard in this class. 1 more forward, 1 more back, and back in line with the hip. Let's close it down and have a little wriggle on the way through. Coming into our hinge. In our kneeling position, hands float out in front. This is the last one for the glutes. T-zone switched on. Let's just start with a lean back. So we want 1 straight line. Keep the hips pressing forward. And exhale, slowly back up to the top. Inhale, release. Exhale to the top. Let's add in some arms now. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, open the arms. Inhale, close. Exhale, release back up to the top. So you can challenge yourself as much as you like. The more you lean back, the more you'll work the quads and the glutes. Keep working with the breath. Keep with that continuous movement. As we get tired, make sure the bottom doesn't poke back towards the heels. We want to keep our hips pressing forward. Three rounds to go. Keep breathing. Shaking is perfectly fine. We've got 2 more rounds. One more round to go. And back up to the top. Let's lower down, coming all the way back onto all fours again. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, keeping the head up in line with the spine. Tricep circle, T-zone switched on. Inhale, bend the elbows back towards the thighs. Exhale, sweep the nose along the floor and press back up to the top. So we're making a circle. Bend the elbows back to the thighs. Brush along the floor and up to the top. So it's not too much in the legs. Think about taking all the weight into the arms. We should really feel the load through the tricep muscles here. You can take this one as low as you like. So if you really want to challenge yourself, come down really low along the floor and big push up to the top. If you're only just working on your tricep strength, keep it smaller. So this is a really good one. Lots of options here, depending on the intensity that you need. You should be feeling all that work down the back of the arm. Keep it nice and smooth. Use your breath to help you. We've got 2 more after this one. Keep breathing. And 1 more. And release. Let's just give ourselves a quick little release through the wrists with the back of the hands on the floor. We can pull back, give ourselves a little bit of a stretch. And then straight down onto the belly. For flight, palms facing up to the sky. Pubic bone tucked in, T-zone tight. Inhale, lifting the chest, arms and head up. We then start internal, external rotations. Now it's the entire arm moving here. Don't just think about the wrists or the elbows turning. It's from the shoulder. Pick the shoulder up each time. Big squeeze between the shoulder blades, lifting up as high as you can. Now you should really feel this one down the backs of the arms. We've worked the triceps quite hard with our circles. Let's just go for a few more here. 4, 3, 2, 1 to go. And rest down. Taking a breath, reaching those arms forward for freestyle. Pubic bone tucked in, T-zone tight. As we inhale, opposite arm, opposite leg and the head lift up. Exhale, rest down. Inhale, lift up as high as you can. Exhale, rest down. So nice straight legs, feel the squeeze in the glute muscle. Reach through the fingers and the toes. Really use the upper back to lift. If you're okay here, we are going to come to a hover. So lift up, hover, and then we continue from here. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Use your T-zone activation. 4, 3, 2, last one, and rest down. Pressing back, let's give ourselves a little stretch. Coming into a kneeling position, hand up to the face, draw the ear down towards the shoulder, sanding the fingers away. An option to take a little gaze into the armpit. Switch it straight over. Walk those fingers away. Little gaze into the armpit. And release. Coming into our pigeon stretch, sliding one knee forward. If you're not a flexy person, just keep the ankle right underneath you. If you've got a little bit more, you can try for a 90-degree angle. Try and square the hips out, sinking down into the floor. Nice good stretch for the glutes. Little bit into the hips and the hip flexor. And gently switch it over. Taking the option that suits you best. Just letting your breath drop you a little bit deeper into these ones. And gently releasing, taking your legs out in front. We'll bend one leg, keeping the other leg nice and straight, facing to our straight leg, and start walking down. With these stretches, avoid the forehead just heading down to the leg. Instead, keep the head up in line with the spine. As we go down, it should always be belly, chest, and last point would be the head. Keeping this straight leg nice and straight, so no bending through the knee. Just listening to your own body, going only as far as you can. No forcing, using the exhale breath to help you go a little bit deeper. And we can walk it back now. Switch those legs over. Square yourself out, slowly work yourself down, keeping this leg nice and straight. Remember, it's belly, chest, and then last point would eventually be the head. And gently walking it back. Reach those legs out in front, give them a nice big shake. And that brings us to the end of class. Thank you for joining me.